So earlier today on Twitter, UFC light heavyweight champion Jon Jones had some harsh words for both Johnny Walker and Israel Adesanya. In case you guys missed it this weekend, Johnny Walker took his second loss in the UFC thus far. Walker was defeated by Nikita Krylov by unanimous decision. Jon Jones tweeted, "If Johnny Walker keeps fighting like this, I'll let you guys finish the sentence for me." He then retweeted one of Johnny Walker's interviews. He said, "Oh, I see everything. I've been watching these dudes eat their words for years now. It's always a nice chuckle." And in regards to Israel Adesanya, Jones tweeted, "Yoel is almost 10 years older than me and almost won that fight without using his wrestling. That's all I can say." As most of you know by now, the next 3 UFC events have been canceled. Dana White recently explained the situation. He also gave an update on Khabib vs Ferguson. On SportsCenter, he went on to say, "We pulled it off last Saturday. Now they're saying there should be no more than 10 in a room, and that's just impossible. We can't do it. We've complied with everything that these doctors and the government have said to do. We have no choice now but to postpone these fights. So we're postponing the next 3 events. But Tony Ferguson and Khabib, April 18th is still on, and that one will still happen. We're going to follow these guidelines to not have more than 10 people in a room. We're hoping this all clears up by April. This fight's gonna happen. No crowd, whatever it takes. Probably not even gonna be in the United States, but this fight's gonna happen." Here's how the MMA community reacted to the cancellation. Kelvin Gastelum said, "I think that by continuing these events with no fans, he is allowing the fighters to continue putting money on the table for their families. No fight equals no money for the athletes. I could see your perspective as well." Tisha Torres posted the sad face emoji. Leon Edwards tweeted, "Be safe, take care everyone." And Megan O'Leary tweeted, "We love you guys and can't wait to be delivering new content and live action to you. As soon as we can do it safely, we'll be back on your TVs. For now, let's all do our best to be healthy, take care of each other, and make the most of our social distancing." After hearing the news that the next 3 UFC events are canceled, Tyron Woodley posted this comment on Instagram. He says, "Fans, I'm sorry, I'm shattered by this. I texted Dana White and told him I'm in for Burns on Saturday and Saturday only. I then was told the card was off. We will make it through this together. Don't take it lightly. When we are back and running, it's me and clout chasing Covington. Don't want to hear another name. Hashtag talk is over. Thanks all my supporters." Leon Edwards responded on his Twitter saying, "Tell that boy he can't run for me. His ass whooping is just delayed." In a recent interview with Ariel Helwani, Colby Covington says that he was negotiating to fight Tyron Woodley this Saturday and was ready to go.
"I stay, in shape year round, and I'm always close to weight. My walking around weight is 180, 185 max, so it would be an easy weight cut for me. And I've been training for over a month in American Top Team. I've been cleared for 2 months. I was cleared the week after my fight. As you can see, I was sitting courtside, with Little Pump at the Heat game, enjoying my life. So training has been regular since my last fight at American Top Team, the world's greatest gym. And, I've been training, preparing hard, and I stay ready for the people. I want to put on a show for the people. And during this dark time, I want to give them a reason of light. Tyron Woodley, I am the clout. I made you relevant. They wanted to match you up with Leon Scott and some guy named Gilbert. Be honest. I'm the A side, Tyron. You're the B side. You should be happy I brought all my numbers to make you relevant again. I'm ready. I'm willing. I'm more motivated than I've ever been in my entire life. And I want to save the day. That's what I do. I'm very confident, Ariel, and I'm going to prepare as if I will. And, you're going to see the best version of Colby Chaos Covington that you've seen yet. A guy that's hungry and motivated. And before, Ariel, I was playing with everybody before, Ariel. I ain't playing no more. Now I'm serious. Now you're going to fucking see serious Colby. No more fucking games.
Israel Adesanya on Sirus XM explains why he didn't let the crowd booing affect his game plan at UFC 248.
I'm cool with you guys because you guys give me a fair shake. You have to ask the hard questions. You have to be objective. But I appreciate that you guys give me a fair shake. And if, you know me, if this was my fault, I'd be the first one to own up to it. I would be so embarrassed. I'd be the one saying, I let my team down. I let people down. Like for me, I didn't take the stupid risk that the crowd wanted me to take. You know why? Because behind me were 4 other men, and behind them was a whole gang of other people that put everything into me. If I just deviated from the game plan and decided to oblige for what the crowd wanted or what the fans wanted, then I'm letting those 4 men down. All their hard work they've put into me over the last 3 months, I'm letting all that shit go to waste. For what? For some grungos in the crowd? No, they told me beforehand, you need 25 minutes of work, of focus, of complete and absolute focus to beat this guy. So I'm not gonna, it's not just about me. Like if it was a street fight, maybe, I could get dumb enough to do that, but nah. I've got Andre, Eugene, Twist, and Mike, and a gang of other people that put everything into me for me to be able to just throw it all away and throw all their hard work away. Do you get me?
Of course.
But yeah, I appreciate the fact that you give me a fair shake. So thank you, Luke. And you know, if it was my fault, I'll be the first one to own up and tell you, bro, that was a shit fight. I don't know what happened. I have to go back and have a look at it, right. But I'm objective in that way. But I know that wasn't on me. That was on him. And it's his last chance he's ever going to try and get gold. And he knows in his mind he never went after it because he has no gas tank. He has no faith in himself. So he's going to be the one to have to sleep at night with that thought and live with that for the rest of his life.
Gilbert Burns in a recent interview speaks on his TKO victory over Demian Maia. He also has some harsh words for Colby Covington.
I said, man, Anderson didn't do it. Tyron Woodley, Colby, Kamar, the guys didn't knock him out. Maybe the guy has an amazing chin, so I don't know. But as soon as a lander, he came down like, wow, okay, I'm finishing Demian Maia, let's go. Was surprising, but I know I could finish. I was super confident on the finish tonight. It's not the referee's fault, but the way I saw Lander, his eyes just went back and no crowd. So I heard his body coming down, boom, and his head, boom, hitting the canvas. So I was like, wow, he's gone. And I celebrated, look at the referee. I almost said, are you sure you want me to keep going? Like, I'm gonna hurt that guy. And I felt bad. That was the only time in my whole career I felt bad to punch the guy, because I think the amount of respect that I have for Demian Maia, admiration, future Hall of Fame, and I don't know, I just felt, first time in my life I had that feeling, like a lot emotional to hurt the guy that I have as an idol was hard. Colby Covington, you came here to Brazil, you talk all that crap, and you think I'm not coming after you. At that time I was a lightweight, couldn't say nothing, but now I say I'm gonna beat you the fuck up, motherfucker. You're gonna eat those words, and you're gonna pay expensive price for that. I'm coming for you. He has no option. He just lost, getting knocked out by the champ. The champ's training with me, helped me a lot for this fight. But Colby's next. He's talking so much. He's not backing it up, and I'm coming for him.
And Michael Bisping on the Beleive You Me podcast speaks on Israel Adesanya's performance over Yoel Romero. He says that people won't even remember his fight with Romero after he fights Paulo Costa.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you just said, you go out there, you're taking on this guy, that you asked for. It's an incredibly tough fight. You train your ass off. You put everything else on hold. You come out here, you do your fight, you win. You achieve what you set out to do. The idea is to win above all else, Bollocks to entertaining me. The idea is to not entertain Michael Bisping sitting at home having a fucking bottle of Stella on the couch. No, the goal of it is to win, right? And that's what all fans need to remember. Did he win on Saturday night? Yes, he did. Is he still the champion? Yes. Does he still have a way to make tremendous amounts of money? Yes, he does, because he won the fight. So regardless of whether or not me and you say, oh, it wasn't the most exciting fight, mission accomplished from his standpoint. But it is hard also when you're on the microphone and everybody's booing, and you got to try and be humble at that moment. And it would have been good if he said, listen, sorry guys, I know it wasn't the most exciting fight, but for me, he's a killer out there, and one wrong move and I could have been unconscious. Is that what you would have preferred? Me led on the floor, being unconscious? Because I know I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't have preferred that. I'd rather look at the two scenarios. One scenario, he has a lackluster performance, but he gets a win. Or the other scenario is he's laid out on the floor, unconscious, with a broken jaw, no longer champion of the world, and being carted off to hospital. I mean, it doesn't take a scientist to work out which one of those two you would rather have. So for Adesanya, it doesn't matter, because the last fight was a win, and it was against a very dangerous opponent in Yoel Romero. But, the word on the street may be, a little bit boring. So what? His next fight is going to be against Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa is going to bring that, right? He's going to bring it, of course. That's the way he fights each and every time. So Adesanya is going to have no choice but to fight fire with fire. So that'll be an exciting fight, I guarantee it. And if he gets past him and he wins, all will be forgotten. People won't remember that he had, a cagey, safe, pedestrian, strategic performance against Romero, which incidentally, again, was a win. They'll just remember, okay, now you see that fight with Paulo Costa? Man, that was fire. At the end of the day, you want to get out there with your faculties intact, your brain still ticking, no injuries, and more importantly, with the belt around your waist. And he achieved that. He really did. So, that was a roundabout, indirect, backhanded kind of way of saying, well done, Israel Adesanya. Yeah. As I say, the only... And I don't think it'll affect him too much. I was going to say the star power in terms of pay-per-view buy rates. right? It may affect him a little bit there, but only in the short term. But maybe it won't, because everybody knows that Paulo Costa's going to bring it. Everybody knows that they have beef, and Costa's a very, very exciting fighter. And Adesanya does have the ability to be a very exciting fighter. Look at his fight against Gastelum. Look at the performance against Robert Whittaker. So it's not like the guy always fights like this, because he doesn't. Look at Eric Brunson. Tremendous stoppage, beautiful performance. You know what I mean? So yes, short-term stock maybe dipped a little bit, but just like the stock markets right now, coronavirus is taking a downturn. But in the long run, baby boy, it's gonna come back up.
That's going to wrap it up for the news. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to Full Mount MMA on YouTube. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to the next 3 UFC events being canceled. In regards to Khabib versus Tony, the first one says this match is cursed. The second one says, let's be honest, Khabib versus Ferguson deserves to be in front of a sold-out crowd in Vegas, not behind closed doors in the Apex gym. And the final one says this coronavirus is really getting annoying. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next video, be sure to drop a comment down below on this one.